Illinois is searching desperately for a way to dig itself out of a financial hole, a huge one. It's now turning to its remaining residents for help. The Illinois House putting a measure on its 2020 ballot to replace the state's flat tax with a graduated income tax or a progressive tax, raising taxes on people making over $250,000 a year. John Tillman is the CEO of the nonpartisan Illinois Policy Institute. John, you are urging residents to vote no on this new tax overhaul. Why?
Because it won't solve the problem. They claim they're only going to raise taxes on the top 3%, but they really have 97%, especially the middle class, in their crosshairs. They've made so many promises for more spending. The proposed revenues from this tax hike of $3.4 billion won't even come close to filling the budget gap that Governor Pritzker and the Democrats have created here. So it won't work. It won't solve the problem.
John, it's Heather Zumaraga. I read your statement saying that one of the best indicators is actually the census report showing that Illinois is losing population at a rate of 1 every 4.6 minutes, which is just amazing to me. It's the only state to lose population over the past 5 years consistently. Why are people leaving?
People are leaving because they've lost faith in the political leadership of this state. When you look at the problems we face, out-of-control spending, and spending is growing faster than revenues, and the political class thinks the way to fix that is to take more money from people, and people are getting up and moving elsewhere because they have lower tax burdens when they move next door to Indiana or Iowa or Kentucky or Wisconsin. It's amazing that Wisconsin has a lower tax burden than we do. People are voting with their feet. It's the best example of why people have lost faith in this political leadership and why I believe we're actually going to see that measure defeated in 2020, which I think is going to be the beginning of a revolution in Illinois as the people begin to reassert control of their government. All they want is more revenue, and they're going to go after the middle class and even the working class and poor. Netflix, Uber fees, doubling the gas tax, doubling the license tax. They have 19 taxes all in all, $6.9 billion. There's never enough. It's time to tell them to stop.
John.
Hey, John, it's Scott Martin. John, it's Scott Martin
from
Chi-Town. Judging from your background, by the way, you're not in Chicago, because that doesn't look like Chicago anymore, at least in your background. But I applaud wherever you are.
Scott, I'm in beautiful Arizona, and the best part is I heard Governor Ducey from Arizona talking about lowering taxes, talking about reducing debt, talking about reducing regulation. It was breathtaking.
I'm on my way. So here's the deal, John. Let's talk a little bit. You mentioned how everybody's going to get hit with this new tax plan. How about this dirty little word that's in the proposal called recapture on folks making over $1 million and so? Can you talk a little bit about what that's going to do and how it kicks a bunch of extra taxes to those folks as well who create all the businesses and so forth?
This is just how insane Governor Pritzker's idea is. If you make $999,000, you pay a rate of, I think it's 6.95%. I might be slightly off on that number. But if you crest over $1 million, then not only do you pay 7.95% on every dollar over, they go back and recapture that tax on the first $1 million. So they're creating an incentive for people to stop earning once they get to $1 million. Now, your viewers might say, well, who has any sympathy for those folks? Those are the folks that are taking that money and buying new machinery, new training for their workers so they can compete with Chinese and other overseas competitors. That money is reinvested. Instead, the state's going to take it away.
John, you may know that if you take the word Greece and translate it into English, it comes out Illinois. It's the worst financial state in the union. How do you break?
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that.
How do you break the grip of Speaker Madigan, who controls the House and controls the legislature and has made very clear over the years governors don't matter. This guy runs the state. How do you break that to stranglehold? And how did that happen in a state like Illinois, the land of Lincoln? This one guy controls it. No matter what the electors say, he decides what happens.
Well, Speaker Madigan is elected out of one district in the city of Chicago, but it's the Democrat majorities that make him Speaker and have made him Speaker for all but 2 years since 1983. He's been in office since 1970. There's no question he is the senior partner in the partnership with Governor Pritzker. And the two of them together have their sights on every single taxpayer because what they want to do is continue to fund the out-of-control spending. The most amazing thing about this, Steve, is they're not talking about pension reform or spending reform or health care reform or any other things that need to be done. The way you break the grip of Speaker Madigan is the first step will be in 2020 for people to be well informed on this issue and vote against it. That is my personal opinion. The Institute itself cannot take a position on it, but that is my personal view on that. And that'll be the beginning of the end for Speaker Madigan. And I will say, we don't think he's immortal. He's been around a long time, but at some point, we think he might want to go to Florida, too.
John,
why? It's so much money in Illinois that he can
Hopefully
pick.
not.
Yeah, that's a fair point. He's making a lot of money here. That's a good point.
John, I want to simplify it and bring it back to the argument flat tax versus progressive tax. You have those that say progressive is unfair because it treats the rich and the poor differently, the rich having to bear most of the burden. But then what do you say to those that argue the flat tax overlooks the fact that the poorer people in society have to pay a larger portion of their salary and their income to basic needs, survival? You're shaking your head. Steve is shaking his head right now on set. However, there is arguments for both sides, so I'd like to hear yours when it comes to the flat tax and how that doesn't really help the lower income population.
There's only one argument that's actually correct, even though people do argue both sides. And the truth is that the poor and income inequality suffer every bit as much or more when there are progressive taxes. The most important thing is to help poor people rise, and you rise through economic opportunity. A flat tax creates a robust economy, robust entry-level jobs, middle-class jobs, and it gives people the opportunity to rise. When you put in the progressive tax, it slows all that down and it reduces opportunities for the poor. That is the number one reason the flat tax always creates more prosperity. It's why states like Florida, Arizona, Florida, Texas, and Tennessee and other states that don't have any income tax have some of the highest wages and highest wage growth for the poor. That is why a flat tax helps everyone, but especially the poor.
And also the flat tax that many of us propose give very generous exemptions to people. Family making $52,800 a year, $0 in federal income tax, and then only 17 cents above that. The real crusher for taxes on lower income people is the payroll tax. That's where you need the real reform. And a good flat tax will help create an environment where you can get that kind of reform.
Payroll tax hits everybody.
From dollar one.
That's a great point. And the other part of this that Governor Pritzker is hiding behind is he's proposed $3.5 billion in tax hikes that are regressive in nature, that do actually harm the poor. A plastic bag tax, higher license fees, gaming taxes, marijuana taxes,
John, can you
all going after people.
John, quickly hit on the corporate tax.
And very quickly, John. We don't have much time.
They raise the rate and then they give tax breaks to keep companies from leaving the state. Crazy.
Bottom line is we're going to have, I believe it's going to be the second highest corporate tax rate in the country if this passes and make us even less competitive. That's why it would be disaster. And that's why the people of Illinois are going to say no in 2020.